When you unpack your equipment, you should take out your pressure calibrator, your MS-110. This is your airflow calibrator. This with the syringe. Here's your mask handle and your mask. And then you need your OPA and the OPA tube that goes on the inside. And then you plug, here's your BFC cable. You plug the PT2E into the A, and you plug the PT25 into the B, and that gets plugged into the front of your MS-110. And your MS-110 USB cable goes from the back of the MS-110 into the USB port of your computer. And then you want to have the offsets on adjustable, and we're getting the MS-110 ready to do calibrating, and the gains on fixed, and then also, if you're not going to use the power cord for the MS-110, you want to have it on USB power. And then the modulators are both on, and the input invert switches are both off. Okay, so first we are going to calibrate the pressure calibrator, the PT25. So you want to take the PT25 and put it into the transducer port of your calibrator, and make sure that this hole here is closed. Now, to bring the syringe up, you always want to press the pressure relief valve first, so you're not putting a negative pressure onto the transducer, which could damage it. So now we are ready to calibrate the PT25. So you want to open Aeroview on your computer. 25. So you want to open Aeroview on your computer, and this is the screen you're going to get. You want to press calibrate, and record pressure calibration signal. And this will clear, if you have anything on your display, it will clear it, so click yes. And this is what it will look like. You want to have your mic in at around 25. This can be adjusted if needed. You want to have pick demodulate channel B, and you want the red to fill in the space between these two first lines. So this looks about right. If this needs adjusting, you would use your offset button to adjust it bigger and smaller. So now we have it at about the right place. So now, and we have the syringe up. So now I will click set 0. And then after I click set 0, I'm going to put 10 centimeters of water, 10 centimeters of pressure onto the calibrator. Now I'm going to press record, and then I'm going to press the pressure relief valve. So I'm going to press record, and then I'm going to press the pressure relief switch and hold it, and you will get this waveform, which looks great. And then if you want to see it, you can change the pressure range here. So to make it a little more visible, that's too much. Okay, that looks good. So now we're going to click to the left, and we're going to click to the right. So you want to click on the two flat spaces, and then we are going to choose calibration and calibrate pressure. And you're going to see that this line will then line up with 10 centimeters of pressure. So you want to pick 10 centimeters. and now it's calibrated. See, it's at 10. Okay, so now we've calibrated the pressure calibrator, and I just want to remind you that always have the pressure release button pressed when you're pulling up on the syringe. Okay, so now we're going to bring over the airflow calibrator that has the PT2E plugged into the pressure port. This is the transducer port. We plug that in nice and firmly, and we are going to bring the syringe up to 140 milliliters. Okay, so we get that set. Now we're going to go back to the screen and press calibration, record airflow calibration signal. And we want to clear it out. So here again you have your signal, and you want to demodulate channel A. So now I'm going to press set 0, and then I'm going to press record. And once I press record, I'm only going to have a second or two to press this the syringe down. So I'm going to press set 0 again and record, and then down, nice and firm. And that's the signal that you should get. So we can expand that a little bit if you want by bringing the gain up. There we go. So that looks great. And you want to click to the left right when it starts, and to the right to the right when it comes down. Now you want to press calibration, calibrate airflow. So you're going to calibrate airflow, and then you're going to be, do you wish to proceed? You pick yes, and then it's 1.4 because the 140 milliliters, and the calibration factor of 4. The calibration factor relates to how many screen rings you have in your mask. Right now we're using 4 screen rings, so we pick a calibration factor of 4. If you're using the 5th screen ring, then you would pick 5. But we ship the mask with this not being used, so you're going to pick 4 as your calibration factor. Can you stop it? So we're going to put the mask aside for now, but the calibration factor 4 is because of the 4 screen rings. So now we go back to our program and we press calibrate. Okay, now your PT2E is fully calibrated. So now we're going to go up to File. We're going to press record a new pressure flow signal, and we press yes. And now we take our mask, and the PT25 is going to go here in your OPA adapter, which is in the hole that your mask comes with, a hole there. And your PT2E is going to go into the handle, just like that. So that's what it should be looking like. And you want to have the discs in the top so that there's no screen rings in the top, so it's sealed, so you don't have airflow through there. So now we can leave it adjusted the way it is. Okay, I'm going to now record a pressure and flow signal. So I've pressed File. Oh, let me close this. So I've pressed File, Record, New Pressure Flow Signal. And now I want to make sure my demodulation is clicked. I press Set 0. And make sure when you press Set 0 that your mask is right up to your face. So you press Set 0. And then I'm going to record. bap, 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 bap. Okay, so now we have a nice looking waveform, and we can bring the flow gain up a little bit. That's probably good. Let's expand it. Oop, that's too much. Okay, so now it's easier to work with, and we can bring the pressure up. There we go. There's pressure pulses. So now we are going to make some calculations. So we want to click to the left and to the right of a flow signal. A flow, press calculate. And there we have our calculations for that one. And then we can click to the left and to the right, calculate, and we can do one more, calculate. So there you can compare different parts of your signal, and you can scan back and forth this way, and it's good to see that it starts at 0 and it starts at 0. And you can export if you want to print. You could just press print and print it to a PDF or print on your printer. And this WAV file is automatically saved, and this is where it's saved to. Users, user, documents, Aeroview data. And that's the name of this particular recording. I wanted to add that when measuring, using the PT25 and measuring the pressure, that this is the tube that we supply you, and it's very important that it's your tongue when you're vocalizing is not blocking the tube. So it should go in the corner of the mouth and out of the way of the tongue. If you need to, you can cut this shorter. But you may have to do some experimenting until you get a good pressure pulse.